camera's not steady. I'm walking to somewhere to do the farm tour today. Hopefully I'm going to the right spot to meet up with people. Pretty. Am I going the right direction? I made it.
Nitrate, so that is really the bulk of what's going into the system. I've been surprised at how much calcium they need, and magnesium and sulfur are a big one because we grow a lot of basil, and they like that. Some of these micronutrients, I like to joke, but I'm actually kind of serious that if my grandkids were to take over this business, I think they'll be using the same thing of copper, because when we add this, we're adding the tiniest amount. The micronutrients is really almost nothing, but potassium nitrate we use a lot of, to give you a sense of how much fertilizer we use, I calculated in a year we're probably going to use about 950 pounds of fertilizer to grow about 65,000 pounds of produce. And of course, a plant is mostly water weight, mostly carbon. We supplement with CO2. We have a big CO2 tank back there. I'd be happy to talk about that. But really, the fertilizer is a small component of the plant overall. I mean, absolutely critical. But we use a lot of potassium. So I'll hit on two final points. Condensate tank, that's capturing 200 gallons of condensate water a day. It goes through a UV sterilizer. It tops off the nutrient reservoir. Anyone who wants to see the nutrient reservoir, the blue barrel is the macronutrient solution, the white barrel is the micronutrient solution.
This is the Juneau compost yard. She grows things on top of the shipping container. Isn't that cool? And I think that's the start of the composting operation. And here we are at the other end.
And I want to invest in pavement. But paving just what is in this fenced area here, I got a quote in 2020 and it was $60,000. And so I was like, well, I can't take that with me. I know I don't want to be at this skinny site forever because I can't run the big machines that I want to be able to run.
This is the drop-off area. Christmas trees chipped up. Horse manure and stuff.
And so starting a new day, I would put down a bed of carbon. So I mix wood chips and manure together. If we have leaves, if we have, but mostly it's wood chips and manure. Put a pad down, then the truck backs in. We put the tailgate down, and then we're weighing everything that comes in. Like, we're not estimating. We know exactly how many pounds of food scraps we've diverted from the landfill.
So are you scaling on the truck?
Yeah, so I have like kind of like a little postal scale, and then it has a cord, so then you can read the number that's on the scale on the side, and so we wheel every bin onto there before we dump it. There's also a drive-on scale because there is a rock quarry here, and so for the bigger totes where we have truckloads coming from a place, we just do the drive-on scale, empty, go back on with the containers and subtract the weights. But we empty all the material out, and then we'll go through and pick out any contamination. And then we will go and get more carbon, put it on top, and then we're coming in with the loader and lifting it and then letting it fall, and that falling action is what's mixing it. So we're just mixing it right here in place. Running the material out into this drum. This drum is spinning, and then material falls. This is a 3/8 mesh. So anything smaller falls down over here. Anything bigger falls down over here. Because this is this is a half-yard bucket when you have it curled and it's flush across the top, and this is a 2-yard bucket. This is where people are dropping off their food stuff, so you can have a cheaper rate rather than having curbside pickup. You drop off. This equipment here is the McCloskey trommel screener. It's like that other one, except it has a few extra conveyors. And that conveyor feeds to the drum. You can look on the end, it's the same sort of drum like that one. It's just spinning in there.
You know what's unbelievable is last week I got my snowblower and I blew a path all the way around so we could get to everything. Yeah.
25 years.
25 years ago, yeah. My amendments that I use, the black stuff on the right is the compost we get from Lisa, which you probably saw a lot of. The green bucket has got a bunch of shells in it. So I just go to the beach and sift a bunch of shells, you know, with the screen and take them back. And then here is the sand you get from Ready Mix Ag Pro for $25 a ton.
So he's got his doors on the inside instead of sliding on the outside, so you won't get stopped by the snow.
Just a garden hose coming up from the house, you know, and it drops into here. And then these other manifold things here, I've got these little flexi hoses, and these are food grade, like RV hoses. And I have little hooks on the ends of them. I don't know if you can see or not. Where are they hanging up? Over there. I put like little hookies on them so I can hook them up on my high wires.
could leave it open. It's fine. It's a little critter protector.
This is how he keeps the critters out. And he's got it along this wall too. Fruit trees. And then he's got his walk-in cooler in this building.
The only problem I found is the soil's got to be fairly not too wet and full of rocks.
So we have 2.5 acres. So we're gardening on or using almost 2/3, probably to the edge of the tree line. So we still go another 150 feet back till you hit the property line. And most of my apple trees down here are on M7s, which is a semi-dwarf. They need a little more pruning. You're welcome to walk the labyrinth. It's another one of her interests. We did the labyrinth out at the shrine of St. Therese first, and then we did this one after we redid our grain field. This side was mostly timber. There was more light, well, not this much light, but after one winter, trees fell on both the neighbors' houses. Luckily, the trees fell away from our house. Let's see, there were carrot boxes last year. Grew a whole bunch, lots of carrots. So I think I'm going to borrow one of Lisa's cedars to try. I mean, I do pelleted seed too only. And Haida is my favorite by far, but there's a few other good ones.
Scavenge Costco
Compost
shelters.
covers, those are shelter lodges. So
Apples, cherry trees,
beauty
plums.
and methylene. Maybe the greenhouse at the back, which is full of stuff. I mean, some of the things I brought home. I'm a low-tech guy. I'm a scavenger and a scrounger from the word go.
Tomatoes and cucumbers.
I
in
will
this
have. I didn't
greenhouse.
grow any sweet corn last year. But anyway, we go down south. We've got plants ordered already: bare root trees, potted trees, shrubs, perennials. Then we unload in Seattle and go down the Willamette Valley and get another load.
I'm back at the ranch. I am back at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. I'm tired.
Welcome to Right Home. The local time is 4